morning. Welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox. You know, if it is now legal in this land for two men to marry or for two women to marry, why is it not also legal for one man to marry 4 or 5 women? Why isn't it? How can you make an argument? How can one make an argument that it's okay for two homosexuals to marry, but it's not okay for a man to marry, a few different women? They say it less frequently now, that our laws are based on the Bible. This one's certainly not, the most recent Supreme Court decision. But polygamy, or as it's more correctly defined, as Pastor Dal taught me, polygyny, which is a man with multiple wives, that is certainly biblical. It always struck me as weird, weird might not be the right term, that if you're some off-branch sect of Mormonism, because Mormons quit marrying multiple wives over 100 years ago, right? But there are some sects of Mormonism where a man will have several wives. And if you stand up and say, I'm married to Sue and Betty and Sally, the government will come after that guy with a vengeance, right? And here's a man, well, compare and contrast him to some, and again, I use extremes, right? But some drug dealer in some city somewhere who has his Tuesday baby mama, his Wednesday baby mama, his Thursday baby mama. Now, Friday and Saturday, that's when he's going out, looking for more baby mamas. But, some guy who has children with 5 or 6 women, doesn't support any of them, right? Lives with them, right? Alternately. Nobody goes after him. Nobody goes after him at all. Matter of fact, the state takes care of those babies, right? And those babies grow up without a daddy, and that's part of the problem. And yet, compare and contrast him with the other guy who stood up in front of his other wives, in front of his pastor, in front of his God, in front of his community, and says, I promise to have and to hold and to keep this woman also, right? He is obligated by his society to take care of that woman, where the other guy, he's not. And yet we go after the guy who marries the woman, as opposed to the guy who just sleeps with her and makes babies with her, right? Something to think about. All right, I'll see you out there.